I meant to look up Richard Dawson because that dude was acting his ass off for everyone else being so shitty.
Was he?
Yeah.
It was phenomenal.
He was giving it his all.
Dawson was made to be that character, my God. Like, this movie would not have been as good without him.
Yeah, no, he was just so
I
good.
feel like
Arnold's
we're being
just
a
like,
little...
I will choke you out!
Here.
Start the show!
Alright, so what are you doing? Am I waiting for something?
We're waiting on you to start the show.
You said you were trying to figure out...
Oh, no, I can... I'm ready to roll anytime, man. We're a seat of the pants.
Shambles.
Seat of the pants.
Shambles.
So let's see. Sean, Ryan, Skylar, and Tyler do a podcast called The Shoot Show. Yeah, I bet you guys were in a lot of shoots. Oh, yeah. It must be a really good show. A really, really good show. Must have at least, 8 fans? 8, what do virgins like to advertise? What's a virgin advertising demographic? Oh, do you guys kiss each other's hands? As Don Rickles would say, you hockey pucks. Nah, it's just a bunch of dumb names, too. A bunch of idiots. Close the Raven, nevermore.
I'm buff, I'm the stuff, and the girls just can't get enough. And I'm always in a shoot. Tyler and Skylar, you fucking suck. But Ryan and Sean are great.
And that's a shoot.
Wow, welcome back, everybody, to The Shoot Show. It's been so long. It's been so long because I've heard that song that I didn't actually hear, but it'll be edited in.
You run it live every time.
Yeah. I'm Skylar Blank, and we're here watching The Running Man. With me is Double T Tyler Tubes.
I am with you, yes.
I'm with you. Also, we got the Dank Possum. I almost said your name wrong. It's been so long.
Oh, you're going to just remove the spec from my name. I see how it is. I don't even know who you fucking people are. Sean looks completely different. I don't know who this guy is.
Yeah, that's because we have with us the man, the myth, the legend. We talk about him almost every episode. We bring him up. Thomas, how's it going?
Not quite a professional, but not yet a woman.
Oh, no. Yeah, this is such a special occasion to have you here, man, Thomas. That is very special. Yeah. And really the only person we would feel comfortable on that fourth mic for such a momentous episode instead of the professional. He's out doing professional things this episode. We unfortunately
always
couldn't get him this time, but there's always next time, and we wish him the best, him and the fam. But yeah, Thomas, dude, welcome finally to the Shoot Show. How's it smell?
It's great to be on the other side of the microphone. I'll tell you what. I don't know who else is listening, but to that guy in Germany, thank you.
How do you know that there was a German listener?
Because you bring him up every fifth episode.
Yeah, we could fit everybody listening in this Skype call with us, perhaps. But you have the more enthusiasm than all 6 of the others put together. So we always appreciated that. And was this your pick? What we're doing today? Were you the one that?
Yeah.
It is. I struggled with it. I debated for hours thinking about what would we be watching. On my first time on the show, I thought about maybe going back to the temple. I thought of maybe doing just some other old thing. But the only thing that it had to get to the core of what the Shoot Show is about, and that's Jesse Ventura impressions.
See, we talked about
watching
that.
The Running Man.
When we first got together, put this call together, we were talking about the Jesse Ventura aspect of this movie. This movie, have we said the name of the movie? I'm sorry, The Running Man,
I said it real fast.
The Running Man, classic, apparently. I'm told. But it does.
Yeah.
I guess the excuse for having it on this episode is Jesse Ventura being a part of the show. But like I said, somebody hit the dimmer switch on old Jesse on this one. He wasn't quite at his most manic. Certainly not in his 2000s iterations just yet. This is back in the 80s when he was still employable. So it was definitely a toned down Jesse, but we enjoyed seeing him.
I guess that's what you get when you put hair on the top of his head. It kind of calms him down, you know.
He looked really.
He's got to make up for it without the hair.
There's
on top
something
of his
to be said about that Kurt Angle effect. Like the less hair, the less sanity, and we know that once Kurt Angle lost that hair, he was just a couple prescription away from being like a supervillain. So
I'll go insane once if my hair goes.
But
believe
Jesse's
me,
hair
I'll
is
go insane.
long and stringy now, like Gargamel, and if anything, his power is at its peak. So I don't know. Jesse's he's an anomaly. We can't figure him out.
Jesse might have been feeling himself a bit here. I mean, he does Predator the same year. He might be thinking, I'm doing this. I'm the first crossover star. F Hulk Hogan. Right. Here I am.
Think about how it felt at the time, because nobody could have known Terry was going to go off and do the things that he was going to go off and do. And Jesse was like, why wouldn't it be me? I've been a star for years. I'm the body.
I can see it now. Oscar winner Jesse, the Body Ventura.
He had to settle for governor or whatever he was. Whatever.
2-time EGOT.
First ever EGOT. 2-time EGOT.
So Tyler, I think from what we've said amongst each other, that you were probably the biggest proponent for this movie. Could you give us like the riding by on a bicycle kind of snapshot going in?
Well, I mean, you've got to appreciate the style of future that 80s movies present to you. It's a real, like, gritty / shitty style that we get. The year is a far-off year of 2017.
They really...
Go ahead.
They really learned their lesson back in the 80s to stop making things only like 30 years ahead of time, because they just look real dumb. Nowadays, it's always like 300, 400 years ahead of time.
They had no concept of what just like a couple decades could give us, like, because they'd seen all of these advances across 2 world wars, you know, a couple conflicts in Asia and stuff. It's like, holy shit, we got color TV in my lifetime. We used to have to listen to the radio. So they didn't even know that there could maybe be a plateau in innovation in a way, and they were confident that 2017 was like, we're in double-breasted gray jumpsuits already. Shit's got light panels, everything's got light panels, and we're just living in the future. Yeah. But at the same time, it was still
TV runs
it was still
the world.
Kind of shitty. Like people were still kind of like in 80s garb. It was an odd mix.
For some reason, hair metal guitar solos still ruled the world in 2017, which I'm fine with.
But so yeah, I've actually got the opening crawl pulled up, and it's a convoluted sort of explain away, you know, the post-apocalyptic situation. But I mean,
yeah, people are familiar with the idea of like in the future, you know, resources are scarce.
Yeah,
people have to fight over them. So martial law takes effect, and you have paramilitary groups that are controlling things. And, you know, television is controlled by the state. And art and music and things are all suppressed and censored. So the most popular show on TV is The Running Man, which where Stupid convicts and stuff really are forced to compete against stalkers who are hunting them. And it's kind of like almost like maybe something like the Colosseum or something in the future. It's a blood sport.
It was like they set up this almost American Gladiators type theme from the get-go. So you're already kind
American Gladiators was based off of this.
No way. You just saw me botch that Google attempt. Well, did that? Oh my God, 1989. I think you're fucking right. So I wonder if they say that in the wiki. I should have done a little bit better research. So
now's not the time.
But yeah, I found out this damn book was actually written by Stephen King under a pseudonym.
I knew it.
I knew it.
Richard
Bachman.
Every time I googled the movie, a Stephen King book would pop up, and I was like, "No, get out of here."
Yeah, so this one does kind of run deep, and it could have been. It's like a weird. It's like a weird feeling it's got to be to write a great novel, but you wrote it in the 80s, so the film adaptation is going to be weird. It's going to be it's going to be a little bit forced.
I think you mean awesome.
Yeah, wrong words.
Okay. Maybe,
it's much glitzier than the book. And he actually doesn't like it, but he doesn't hate it. And the guy who actually made it, Stephen DeSouza, read the book at the airport and was so in love with it that he eventually ends up selling his wheelchair company to make sure this movie gets made.
Wow. Wow.
That's dedication.
So,
What-
did you
what
say
a-
Stephen King actually kind of liked it?
He just doesn't hate it. Like he's
doesn't
indifferent
hate-
towards it.
He doesn't hate it. Well, that's good. That's
not
that's
bad
progress.
for him.
Yeah.
For Stephen
I
King,
mean,
that's sort of
Yeah,
hot
that's really
praise.
good.
But like for an 80s movie, this movie starts off with a helicopter being piloted by Arnold Schwarzenegger. And you can't ask for a whole lot more. You know you're in for something good. Arnie's in a chopper.
Yeah,
Get
and
to
this is
the
almost
chopper.
like a fun little wink and the nod kind of movie for
Yeah.
Arnold Schwarzenegger
All
because
his
we get a few references to Arnold Schwarzenegger type things. We get an "I'll be back" at one point in this movie.
Yeah.
Not even reference, like direct.
He says
it's
before this even comes out, but he says it's not a tumor at one point.
no, you are shitting me. You get the put that cookie down now.
But yeah, Arnold is one of the guys in one of these paramilitary groups, and he's piloting in, and they're looking down their X-wing Death Star radar.
That is
here
legit.
at a yeah. And there's 1,500 civilians, but they're all unarmed, and they're like, well, gun them down, go for it. And he's like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. I said they're unarmed.
They're
I'm
hungry,
sorry,
so
is
feed
this-
them bullets.
People have no weapons.
Is this still the United States of America? That's what
Real
I want to
fast.
know.
Yeah,
At
it's just-
what point?
Yeah, it's like Ohio or
How
something.
the fuck are 1,500 people in one place? There's not one gun. That's not America. Get the hell
No, that's
outta
not.
here.
That's not.
It's not any damn America I want to live in.
His
By God.
co-pilot is not fucking Viggo Mortensen, right? Because he kind of looks like him.
No.
No.
Shit, yeah, it's present day age Viggo Mortensen in 1987.
He went
But,
back in time to be in Running Man.
but yeah, this
So yeah, Arnold just starts whooping ass in the helicopter, just totally like not worried about who's piloting it.
Could you imagine
Yeah,
being able
and
to hold
this-
yourself with your toes?
This is where it was a little obvious that it was like, oh, we're in fun Arnold Schwarzenegger territory here. Within the first 5 minutes of the movie, we've got Arnold hanging from the rungs of a helicopter, going ah, ah! And it was like the soundboard Arnold scream. It was like the MP3 Arnold scream.mp3.
The crux of this scene is that he's not gonna do what they told him to do, which was kill innocent people. So we know he's the face.
Yeah, we're
He's
establishing
established himself as the face quickly. But then we cut to then he's been in a labor camp for 18 months.
What if
at
those
this
people
point.
were all cannibals, though? So maybe he wasn't the face.
Mm.
I'm just saying.
That's a deep cut. I mean, that's that's for the Patreon, I think. of which Thomas is the only member.
Gold status, baby.
We
$1 a month,
we appreciate that $1 a month.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'll
$1 a month.
get you all the thighs and backs of
split
the
that-
knee photos you want.
We split that 4 ways.
Shit, yeah, boy. Over the life of the show, we've been able to buy several sweet teas at McDonald's, so thank you very much for that. But yeah, we've got our good guy. He's just fucking ripped. He's
Casually carrying a girder.
He's got a good guy beard now that some time has passed, and
it's been
yeah,
a while.
we're setting a grassroots movement. You can already see it. We already know the second we lay eyes on this gulag, we're breaking out of the gulag with a ragtag bunch of friends, I bet. And that's pretty much what happens. We got to have a vehicle to get into our conflict. We know there's going to be some American Gladiators violence. We're just fucking waiting around to get to it. I actually thought this first part was pretty compelling. I liked it.
Oh, you didn't think the whole movie was compelling? Because
It got
wow.
weird, Skylar. It got
When?
weird. I don't know when. There's
It got
so many
magnanimous.
rapey moments.
That's what it
There's
got.
like several rapey moments.
Okay, I only
I don't understand
recall
the superpowers sometimes.
at least 2.
I don't know, but I don't know.
So we get to see the first buddy of Arnie. It's the Shermanator from American Pie.
It's not the Shermanator. Gosh dang it. This guy did great, I think.
It's Marvin McIntyre.
This is
He looks so familiar.
This is Weiss. But right there, you see the music is done by Harold Faltermeyer, who's the guy who did Axel F. In like Beverly Hills. So like the music in this shit is banging. When like later on when we see the Nitro Girls, like
Yes,
all the
I
songs
said
that they
Nitro
dance
Girls
to
too.
are so great.
Anytime I see dancing girls now, I'm like, the Nitro Girls.
I don't remember if it's true, but I'm pretty sure Paula Abdul did their choreography. for
Yeah,
real.
no,
Yes.
I saw her in
No
the
You are
credits.
correct.
Uh-huh.
In fact, I think one of the songs that the chicks dance to is called Paula's Theme or something like that by Harold.
No
Are you
kidding.
going to go
Yeah,
all the
I
way
was-
to the credits just to see that now?
I thought I was gonna find some Nitro girls dancing.
Oh, okay.
That we'd be able to look at, and it'd be a nice visual.
What are
aid.
you
Yeah, no,
doing?
it's not till we get to the show. That's later.
You're wilding.
Hey, I'm on no pause alert here.
Sorry,
This
no
is
one
a
knows
watch
we're-
along. I get to do whatever.
Ryan has the
We
show.
also-
Ryan has the movie going as we're talking.
It's a visual.
festive.
So a prison break is brewing. We see Weiss, who's looking at the code, figuring out the code. Then we see Yaphet Kotto, who plays Laughlin, has an interestingly shaped like odd fro going on.
Why?
Yeah, you
oh,
look.
yeah.
I had a
From
bus
Alien.
driver.
I forgot he
and
punched
all
him
through
to
school.
distract
Looked
him.
just like this guy. But yeah, they do the old classic. I think this tactic was
We hate
used
each
in
other.
like 6 different
Yeah, this-
Batman comics for a breakout
This is-
attempt. It was a
Yes,
fake fight
yes.
into a
This is-
riot.
This is wrestling.
Oh yeah, man. We get a few arm cranks around, and then we get some nice, 223 rounds in the back. That's
Yeah. just mad people start getting gunned down.
Yeah, so they fake a fight to get a scuffle brewing, get a guard on the floor to take down. Now they've got a gun. So the fight was fake. The inmates are grabbing weapons, and all shit's breaking loose. The overall plan is to get the uplink code, or not yet. Shit, they're trying to breach the perimeter gate
How dare you?
code. I'm sorry for
Yeah, well, rather than
rather
a normal gate, they've just got a gate that's connected to bombs they have around their neck. So they're trying to get it turned off, but the guards keep like turning it back on. So they're just trying to kill the guard on the other side who keeps turning it back on. And this plan goes really bad for a lot of people who aren't the 3 main characters.
Yeah.
I want to know if the Fallout got their collars from Running Man now when the heads exploded.
You know who probably ripped it off is those damn Wild Wild West people in like 1998. Yeah, with
Don't you dare talk shit about Wild Wild West. I love that movie.
great
Is there a
movie.
wrestler in that movie?
We gotta comb the credits, dude. If there's somebody that was a jobber one time,
Yeah.
I like that we just find a way to just Photoshop a wrestler onto there and be like, oh no, Randy Orton was in that movie.
This wrestler was supposed to be in the movie, so that's good enough for me.
Yeah, allegedly they almost cast somebody.
So one of my favorite scenes in this entire movie is they realized they couldn't crack the gate from inside the gulag, so they had to get outside. So they just walk outside with the case, no big deal. They're hacking the gate, and some dude is just too impatient.
Hey,
he's too excited for freedom.
Chico.
And yeah,
Put some spec on Chico's name.
I'm
Chico
sorry.
is a brave soldier.
Yeah, Chico goes into business for himself and just rushes the gate before it's disarmed. And it's like the movie makers realize we got to pop one of these heads. We can't set up, we show the rifle in the first act. We got to use it by the third. So one of
How's
these
they
guys
going to
is
know
gonna
how
have to jump the gun.
dangerous these collars are?
Exactly. Yeah, show it to us. So this guy jumps the gun a little bit, hits the perimeter. His head pops like a grape. It is egregious.
Oh, so great.
It's a little rough, but yeah, oh god, I just missed it. But he rushes the gate, head pops, and not 2 seconds later, the perimeter is hacked, and they just kind of stroll right across. No big deal. But I thought that was one of the funner scenes in the entire movie.
Oh, for
Arnold's
sure.
just
And
going,
Arnold no selling it. Just
Yeah.
stupid
No,
son
Not
of a
even taking
bitch.
cover.
Yeah, he lost his head. Yeah, so then they make their escape, and somehow Arnold lays low. We get a shot of the city here. I kind of thought the cityscape and stuff reminded me of something like Judge Dredd. Like I could definitely see this movie existing in the Judge Dredd universe, like just as a side story or something.
Yeah, it's it's kind of got that RoboCop feel, and I guess
Oh, definitely.
they're all hunting that Terminator magic. I feel like. When did Terminator
Definitely.
come out? What year did Terminator come out? Tyler, you were there.
82, I think.
84.
No.
So yeah, they're all hunting the Terminator magic. But yeah, that's a good point, Tyler. Like these wide shots that I think are like sometimes miniatures, composite paintings, and stuff like that. There's a lot of fancy shit that goes along with these wide shots that have such a sense of scale with the light and the fog down here. A lot of times they're composites of a lot of different shots, and they're just for a quick establishing, setting shot. And I always feel like they're the unsung heroes of these older movies.
Los Angeles looks a lot. They really thought Los Angeles was going to be dirtier.
Yeah,
I think
that's what I like about the 80s.
Dude, the 80s major cities were just hellscapes. Like New York in the late 80s, early 90s.
They sneak around and they're in like some kind of resistance area and they're going to get their collars taken off, which I think is weird that like I guess the guards just never turn the gate back on.
No, it's hacked.
Because if it's
they already hacked
like
it, you can't turn it back on.
Anything
They might have. It just has a weak Wi-Fi signal.
Yeah. Okay. What's it? Maybe it's a proximity thing. I could let that go. And I was.
This guy's unibrow. I couldn't get
so
over
yeah,
it.
here's where we start to meet it's a given in any movie like this. If you're fighting the tyrannical government, then you got to have your ragtag bunch of rebels, and here comes our introduction. We keep seeing the main baddie of the movie, Richard Dawkins. Dawson. Who's Richard Dawkins? Richard Dawson.
The evolution guy.
Oh yeah, he's somebody.
South Park.
Wait,
Like
Richard
the only
Dawson's
flaw
the
with
guy
this
from the
movie-
Family Feud that was kissing all the children?
Yeah.
Oh,
This-
Jesus.
This is when you see the leader
Wait,
of the resistance.
this is
whose
the
name
guy from
Mick.
Family Feud playing in this movie?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
course.
Yeah, that takes it to a whole other level.
That's why he was kissing chicks and stuff. Arkansas homeowners, what are you clicking on?
I was hoping to pull up some creepy Richard Dawson kisses right next to it.
The leader of the resistance who we're seeing here is a guy named Mick, who is actually Mick Fleetwood.
Yeah.
The founder of Fleetwood Mac.
Mick Fleetwood?
Which is an odd casting choice.
Is that really? Is that
friends with the
bullshit? Is he
producer.
the founder
No,
of
that's
Fleetwood
true.
Mac? Oh my god.
That is true.
That's pretty cool.
Also, Laughlin gets his collar taken off, and Weiss gets his collar taken off. But now Mick is like, oh, he's one of them. Like he says, he put my friends in jail and he burned up my songs. And I was like, bro, that is like the least intimidating thing you could say to somebody. Like, he burned my songs up. I had a bunch of dope ass songs written down, bro.
Well, if you burned up Rumors, I'd be pretty mad too.
But he's
Great album.
So okay, yeah, he's the musician guy, and all it takes to get his respect is basically just kind of backsass him a little bit, just kind of like just showing him a little moxie, and then pretty much all the rebels turn around. He's just like, yeah, we're gonna go kick some asses, and they're like, all right, now we're friends, lighting cigars and shit.
But
yeah,
the only flaw in this
he gets
movie
so many.
happened a bit earlier when they were walking into the Resistance, where you see that commercial for the Running Man, and it's all footage from later in the movie.
Are you shitting me?
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I did not even realize that.
That's it. It does. There is some meta questions that should be asked throughout this entire movie, because the scenes, the camera shots that audiences are watching of this game as it's happening are in angles where there are no cameras. Like, they're basically, the audience is looking through your own point of view, you the viewer watching the movie, and it just kind of takes you out. At no point are you pulled back to like surveillance video or maybe some kind of like realistically believable angle for this TV show they're watching. It's just like, yeah, they all got a bunch of close-ups and just like like wide panning shots of these people sailing through tunnels, shooting at each other and swinging axes and shit. I don't know.
I think it's funny that Arnold he goes day laborer style and hops on the back of a truck, and like he's just gonna blend in. This is the ICS building. I think this building looks badass. It's like awesome. A giant, like almost pyramid skyscraper. It's so cool looking.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if it was at first. It looks like a real building, and the more you look at it, it looks like a Power Rangers like base. And it's like, oh, this is not real at all. I'll really give it to this movie. It does a good job of blending like future and like 80s cheese.
I'm still blown away. This is the guy from Jeopardy that kissed everybody. Like, it makes so much sense why he was so
Family
fucking
Feud.
good. Yeah.
Jeopardy kisses would have been a lot more awkward.
Jeopardy. Alex Trebek just coming up and kissing.
Alex Trebek just slipping people a tongue.
What is I'm going to kiss you now?
Says,
that's your daily double.
I'm going to have to grab that ass. And he comes over and just gets a rough handful. Yeah, let's see more awkward Richard Dawson kisses.
Jeopardy. Sorry.
But yeah, like he's a great fucking villain in this movie. Like he sees a guy as he's walking in, an old guy who's sweeping up, mopping up, and he like warthogs him, and he's just like, "Oh yeah, it's okay. No, it's okay." And then he's just like,
Like you have videos
Yeah.
of him kissing people.
Danny DeVito in Always Sunny.
Warthogs? I've never heard that term before. That's fantastic.
That chick has extremely
But
long
yeah,
hair.
like-
Just I know. I need to stop saying shit. That
Yeah,
no
he
one
should
can
be.
see.
He should be like super wanted right now, but he's like walking around.
Well,
Yeah,
he's
walking
wearing a
around
weird
chilling.
hard hat. You see, so nobody
It's
knows
one
it's
of
him.
those
Little hard
strange things about an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie where they expect you to believe that, 6'4" muscle-bound Austrian Arnold Schwarzenegger can just kind of be every man. Just kind of walk in and like, yes, I am here to see Mr. Ferguson. Like, no, that's not that. It's like when Shaq was going undercover. Like, no, you cannot sell drugs undercover, Shaq. You're huge.
You can't come into this Papa John's and pretend like no one doesn't know who you are.
That's why
undercover
the
boss.
original Ben Richards was actually Christopher Reeves. For a couple weeks, he was signed on to be this part.
No.
No kidding.
No.
Wow.
To be Superman.
Think of
Damn.
the different
That-
tone that would have been.
It does
would've
align
been
much
all-
more with the book.
He'd have been more stoic
Damn.
and Superman-y.
So yeah, he goes into the apartment because this is his brother's apartment that he thinks, but it's actually then he's like finding women's clothes in there. But here is Jesse.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, we get our
So,
first
are you
Jesse
ready for
appearance.
pain? Are you ready for suffering?
Oh God, I fucked it up. But
There we
it's
go.
when he
Here
gets
he
to his
is.
apartment, that's when we get our first glimpse of Arnold, because the lady in the apartment is apparently subscribed to the Mr. Freedom. Is it Captain Freedom?
Captain Freedom.
Jesse is Captain Freedom, yes.
Captain Freedom's workout routine, and it's the most energy Jesse gives us in the movie, but it's definitely not Jesse Ventura energy. I don't know whose it is.
What I don't get is they were showing all the people standing up doing stuff, and she's doing sit-ups, so she's not even following along.
It's really
Yeah, exactly. They're doing a routine and she's doing sit-ups to it, so it doesn't even matter that she has it on unless she's just like that into Captain Freedom.
That's so true. It's like a bunch of lined, like, the Richard Simmons jazz aerobics kind of thing. And she's just doing regular, it's the inspiration, I guess. And she's doing sit-ups in lace, like a 90. Like, I don't know.
She's looking good.
I mean,
I do all my workouts
it
in
wasn't
just
by
the
accident.
most least absorbent material possible.
Did you say that's how you work out, Thomas? You throw on
Every night.
the old 90?
The
Long and
90
lace and just hit the treadmill.
Yeah.
The worst.
Say, nice.
Yeah, you dress for the game and practice, right? I get it.
Did Arnold take a shower, by the way, and she did not hear that at all?
This scene
Yes.
has sexual undertones that I don't care for. I'm
I don't think
sounding
they're undertones.
I'm sounding
I
the
think they're-
old
I think
vocal
they're-
arm.
I think they're right on the level.
Yeah, see,
tone.
this
Yeah.
This scene is worse than I remember it being the
Yeah,
first time
Arnold's
watching it a
wet
couple
from a
hours ago.
shower. He
Worse
comes,
than you remember from watching it like
2 hours,
ago.
exactly.
Upon rewatch,
I must have been taking
2
notes
hours
at this
later.
part, being all like, Arnold.
This is a little bit rapier. This is not the rapiest part of the movie.
Arnold's
No.
wet from a shower. He grabs her up. They scuffle around and just so happen to land on the bed. He tells her, "Is like you don't move. I'll be gone in 5 minutes." And I was like, "Oh my God, what's he about to do?"
What are you
and then
doing?
He gets up and he goes.
This is a like
boy.
a trope that does exist because this is the same thing that happens in They Live with Roddy Piper. He breaks into somebody's house. He's gonna kidnap a chick to get away because people are trying to catch him, and then that becomes the love interest. Like, and one of the things I've noticed is that every time they share a scene together, he's got his hands on her. He's like dragging her by the neck, or he's got her by the arm. Like, for some reason, like Arnold is just dragging her through the movie.
It's the old
This is a-
Hollywood film trope where you got to grab her by the wrists and then kiss her.
Hey, go back a little bit, Ryan. There's a great little shot here where Richard Dawson is talking, and there's a poster behind the guy, and instead of the Love Boat, it's a show called The Hate Boat.
Oh, come on now. Is it?
The
Oh God, there
Hate
it
Boat.
was.
There it was, yeah.
The Hate Boat. So yeah, there's an element of self-aware camp to this movie. I get it. It's kind of fun.
It's like RoboCop. It's very much like RoboCop.
Yeah, but
And you
back
got Kurt
to our
Fuller
bad
there,
guy,
too.
Richard Kiss Your Baby Dawson. And
Now he's seeing some footage of Ben, and he likes what
Oh
he
yeah,
sees.
just a
yeah.
glimpse of seeing Ben running, and he's
Because-
fucking hard.
so this
Ratings, as popular as the Running Man show is, ratings have kind of plateaued. And so he's being pressed to do something, so he's looking for somebody that can actually give some resistance to the stalkers. And yeah, when he sees this guy, he is smitten.
Instead of like
Yeah,
13 million views, they're getting 12.5 million views.
everything in the society revolves around clicks, likes, and viewership. That sounds completely
Whoa.
foreign. We
Hey,
don't know
hey.
anything about that.
I don't like that.
So nothing else matters. It doesn't matter. This guy killed a bunch of guards, took his buddies, and broke out of a gulag or whatever the fuck. He's
All about the
huge.
ratings.
He's huge, and on a CCTV, he looks like a big old Austrian Sasquatch running out across the field. And it was like, that's ratings right there, baby. We're gonna get him. And so he calls the entertainment division of the Justice Department to specially reach out to this very special citizen for their program. Man,
Honestly,
he does
this is
look
what
great
would
on
happen
CCTV.
if Linda's political career had actually taken off much earlier and been real successful, and Vince just got the nepotism power over like prison systems, but can't help but be a wrestling promoter. That's all he's good at. Just look at the XFL.
Oh my God.
So then
Oh
you would
my
get the
God.
running man.
An alternate
And there he is,
universe
you
where
just saw
Linda
that
like
big
made
hunk
it
of
all the
meat.
way up the ladder and became like president.
Oh my God! I think that was their master plan. Is they were gonna get in deep enough and institute basically the plot of Running Man on the United States. Oh God!
I mean, I probably, I might want to watch that. I would like to see Buzzsaw, ride on a
John
motorcycle.
Cena was going to be Captain Freedom because it was 2017.
Picked a great shot to have paused on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back to
It's
the
a weird
problematic
swing.
alarm
What
that's just-
what the fuck is this?
Tied up.
Yeah, it's just she's still in her 90 and Arnold tied her up. She
So
could've
like
put
a
on some
weird
pants.
swing.
Bruh,
I
this
guess
is
everyone
the
has
80s.
swings in their apartment in the future.
This is the 80s, and there's not one set of full-on titties in this movie. So this is pretty as close as you're gonna get. So
That's true.
You know,
That's very
be
true.
real.
Thank you for that. Grounded me a little bit. Honestly, that pulled me back in because
true.
Not for the head
because,
explosion.
Hell
This
Comes
might have
Small
been
Town
rated G
had
in the
not
80s.
only human breastises, but several, I think 2 or 3
frog,
alien
frog
breastises.
breastises. I didn't need
It's
to
such a
see
good
it.
movie.
So yeah,
But
we're still in that tweener face kind of phase where is Arnold a good guy or a bad guy? He's serving his own needs. Is he what's he gonna do? But it's just playful banter here on out. We know these guys are gonna.
This
Well, he
outfit.
takes her. He needs like a travel pass or whatever. So like he's
Multi-pass.
gonna take hers. So he takes her pass, and then he like uses a scanner, and then he books a flight through the TV, which is
through the
like
TV,
And you can
He
tell
goes,
an interesting take.
they're in the airport, and you can tell this is pre 9/11 because he gets through
See?
TSA.
Ah!
He gets through TSA by annoying the guy.
Always got his hands on her.
Yeah, that's a great
Yes.
point, Tyler. Every opportunity. Oh shit. Every opportunity that there can be, right here, she's grabbing because it's uncomfortable. Arnold has a firm claw on that neck, and
Now,
he-
ostensibly here he's trying to keep her from getting away. But even later on in the movie where like they're just trying to escape, he's just like, "No, get over here.
Yeah.
You stupid."
Get over
Stand
this.
by me.
Yeah. That's so true.
I will say, can't knock the Arnold fit right here. The drip is unstoppable.
No.
Look at this
He-
traveling hat, the sunglasses.
He looks like he's ready to go buy some dinosaur embryos.
Would we say that's 1, 2, 3 buttons deep on the open shirt? Just incredible.
Possibly even 4 with as large as.
That's
man,
only
see,
2,
there-
guys. Come on.
Getting on a family airplane.
Stop.
It's a
I
custom-made
say
shirt. It
two?
only
It's
has
only
2
two.
buttons.
It only has
It's only
2 buttons.
So the way, and he pulls this funny little thing where he scans hers as his, and then he's just like, oh, she could never find anything in her purse. Oh, here panties, here things. And then the guy's just like, okay, go through. And that's another, like, fun, like, pre-9/11 concept of just being like, you could just kind of fluster a guy and he'd just be like, fuck it, just get on your plane, dude. Like
that you can have a guy in sunglasses and big goofy Sunday hat come
with
through
a weird accent,
stiffly steering a woman who is visibly uncomfortable through. They both go through the metal detector together, and this guy doesn't. Look at the face on that guy. He is literally pursing his lips as if to advertise to everyone, I don't give a fuck about that lady.
Yeah,
I don't
whatever.
care about her.
It's a living.
Yeah, it's fine. But yeah, pre-9/11.
So yeah, she once they get into the airport proper, then she takes her opportunity to, like, she stomps on his foot and she starts making her escape. And he just turns and runs. He fucking hoofs it. He sees that the jig is up, so he makes a run for it. But they catch him. He's just running across the tarmac, and they blast him with this amazing, like, giant net gun.
Look at the no-sell on the growing punch, by the way. Like she absolutely
I don't feel like it was,
blaps him right in the dick.
Nah.
And he's, oh, and it's just nothing really. That's great. I'm sorry.
She picked a good time to do it. She picked a good time to do it.
Oh, God. Yeah, him running across the tarmac, getting tied up like a tranquilized, like, gazelle. They shoot the dopest net gun that I've ever seen. Like, why don't they use those?
XL net gun, yeah. Oh, and you can see he's got, like, bloodied up elbows and shit.
My mic stand is falling apart. That's okay.
But yeah, so now he's in. They get to meet. His Dawson's character's name is Damon. Killian Dane. Damon.
Killian Dane. We'll call him that. That'll work.
Killian Dane.
Just every time we've got him on the screen, I'm gonna have him kissing ladies.
Somber.
Yes.
Christ almighty.
Oh my goodness.
But so he blackmails him. He tells him, we've got your buddies, and we'll make them do Running Man unless you do Running Man. And so reluctantly he agrees. And then we get a fun, like, kind of montage of them just sticking him with shit, like putting.
Oh, that one scene where they stuck, like, between his fingers. Yeah. That one hurt.
What was that?
That one hurt.
Like, the tracker or whatever made sense. Okay, I understand why they would put that, but then the rest of the things, I'm like, well, they're just jamming things in him. Yeah, Damon Killian. I don't know why I'm Killian Damon.
Oh, it's maybe the most upsetting shot of the movie is them shoving that huge ass needle between his fingers. Oh, why between the fingers? Or even having those little blockers in your mouth to hold your mouth open. That's unpleasant.
No real explanation for what a bunch of those things were. And then Chris Pine lights a cigarette.
Chris Pine.
They use a lot of gas to, like, put him down.
It takes a lot.
It's pretty crazy.
He's a big old boy.
I was say he's pretty massive.
So then they're advertising that, like, Amber sees their advertising that he's going to be on the Running Man, and they say, oh, he was at the airport and he shot a whole bunch of people. He shot some people, and, like, she knows that wasn't true because she was fucking there. That's bullshit.
She's like, that's
so,
fake
like,
news.
Yeah, now she's doing a face turn.
We call that getting red pilled here. She got the old red pill.
Yeah.
Get to see Sven, the guard.
Do we need do we even need to talk about Sven? He never came to be anything.
No.
Sven Thorson, he was dope, man. He did a late game face turn. That's like he was a friend of Arnold's or something because he was in Conan too, and he was also, I think he was in Predator as well.
If he wasn't a Terminator, I'd be mad.
Sven is like the 32nd guy in the NWO, just showing up and getting that paycheck, making sure he's on screen, and walking home.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's the lie.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
I'm here to feed the baby face. That's what I'm here for.
Too.
So yeah, fucking we're getting to see some Nitro girls dancing, and Running Man starts. All the people are coming in. Everything's getting started. It's pretty dope.
Yeah, so this is where we start to see, kind of a population divided sort of aspect of this, is that we've got the proletariat and the bourgeoisie, if you wasted money in college. And so you've got these people who look like they're locked in 1987, and then there are the poor people out there by a bunch of fire barrels and burned out cars. And then you've got the rich side of the population who are in this weird fusion hybrid sort of fashion, and everything's shiny and nice. So it's almost like a Hunger Games type thing, like everybody's enjoying the evil, but only one side is really getting fucked over by it. So in a way, they're kind of ahead of their time. They were out in front of the whole Maze Runner Hunger Games and Battle Royale rush of the next 20 years.
In another kind of prophetic moment, we see Amber, who works here. She's standing with a friend when they bring Ben through, but what she's doing is her friend's buying a soda out of the machine, and the soda costs $6. And I was just like, damn, I feel that.
Ooh, let's see. Let's do it. Let's see.
I feel that shit.
$6 in 1987. That'd be $15.65 today.
So
Oof.
This is when it starts to really feel kind of like a wrestling thing, where like all the Nitro girls are dancing. Buzzsaw shows up. He fucking squats a motorcycle like for no reason, and then Dawson cuts a promo to kick us off, and like it's pretty badass.
Yeah, who was Buzzsaw? Like that's what I'm trying to put.
I thought for sure he was going to be a wrestler. I didn't look him up, but
he looked like a wrestler. He carried himself. I bet he wrestled once. He's from Minneapolis. It's Brock Lesnar's father. Not really.
There's a great
Frank
point
Lesnar.
where they bring in a guy who's like his Arnold's court-appointed entertainment something or other guy, who's just like kind of walking him through, and he makes him sign a contract at the end of it. And Arnold goes to sign it on his back, and when he's done, he just jams the pen into the guy's back. Oh, it's so great.
You've never done that?
It's considered
Chef's
a dick
kiss.
move in most cultures. I feel
So
like
great.
they're dwelling on the Nitro girls a little much. A little bit of 80s filler here. They're talented.
Awesome.
They're probably like Paula Abdul was like, I need 20 solid minutes of my dancers, or you're not using any of it. And they're like, fine, Paula. Shit. So now we get this. Not terrible. But here we are. Yeah, this is a great example of that are we in the future or aren't we kind of thing. Look at these double-breasted gray suits.
To mention that turtleneck, man.
Yeah. I
It's
liked
an aggressive turtleneck.
her earrings were like futuristic by how they just had metal bent and then they put just a big black jeweled earring between the metal that you would normally see.
That's the future.
Yeah.
This is before Etsy too. You had to go to somebody and look them in the eye and buy that shit.
It's
Could have used your
so
JC Penney
like
catalog.
as the show. What's
Could
that?
have used your JC Penney catalog.
Oh, the JC Penney catalog.
I circled so many things I never gotten that.
I didn't circle shit, but I read a lot of JC Penney catalog. Oh my god.
No, yeah, Ryan's back circling like the panties and shit.
Yeah, I'm earmarking the summer collection. In 1998.
He's like, oh, I'm coming back to these in a few years.
A few
We're gonna
years.
see-
We're here
we're
right
gonna
now,
see if-
man.
We're gonna
here
see if
right
they do
now.
anything to me then. So the show's kicking off. Like fucking Richard Dawson kills it so hard in this movie, man. He so
fucking
perfectly encapsulates what would be like the host of a show like this. If this show was real, it would 100% have a dude like this. Like this absolute cutthroat. Fucking like he's so great. He makes this movie for me.
He's such a natural at it. It's as if he himself was a creepy game show host for like 20 years.
Yeah, it's like he was kissing people unwillingly for 20. But it was this scene, and then like when you first met Arnold behind the glass, where I was like, dude, he's acting his ass off.
Yeah, he's
I
really
feel
good.
like we watched the same movie. Richard Dawson, he's acceptable.
He fucking.
That was
I
Ethan-
guess it's compared
Ethan
to
from
Arnold.
H3
He
there.
looked like an A-lister. I'm sorry.
Thomas, how are you feeling about Richard Dawson right now? What do you?
He's phenomenal. Like, not only is he great in the crowd scenes, but working with Arnold, no-sells all of Arnold's shit. Doesn't care. He thinks, I'm just as big as he is. You're going to give me a one-liner? Right. I'll send one right back at you.
It's right. He'll kiss you on the lips, Arnold, and you'll thank him.
Gosh dang it. Well,
I do. One of the things that I like is when they're introducing that Arnold's going to be like the contestant on this show, they're showing the edited footage that they've made of him attacking.
Which is so crazy.
Which is funny, but the crowd is seeing the same footage that we saw earlier. So, like, they're seeing this from, like, 4 or 5 different angles. Like, there's a camera. It's, like, where's that camera?
That's what I'm saying.
Where's the camera that's 4 feet out of the cockpit of the helicopter?
It's deep fakes,
like,
guys.
Where's that camera?
It's kind of like deep fakes.
I'll kill them all.
See, Viggo Mortensen was playing his partner in the deep fake.
Viggo Mortensen.
Say his head.
Viggo Mortensen is basically Jesus to me. He was Aragorn, and then he did a horse movie.
Dude, I love that horse movie. I cannot think. Hidalgo, that was the name of it, right?
Yes, thank you.
I love that shit, too.
And then he did that Cormac McCarthy book movie. I can't remember the name of it, but it was fantastic.
Oh, the road movie?
Yes. But so this kind of deepens the psychological manipulation that's going on in the Running Man universe. They're creating their own reality on the news. Sound familiar?
Basically, Ben Richards screams Ben Richards.
They're able to map these very high quality deep fakes over just random people and create news footage that doesn't exist. So they made everybody believe that Ben was the killer that they say he is.
I like when they bring him out, the Nitro Girls like solemnly grind on him as he's walking along.
Right, the heartless. Yeah, they're just kind of slowly like on the way to the lap dance room kind of dancing.
It's great. Yeah. And then it turns out he's in a jumpsuit, but it's like a breakaway jumpsuit, and they just yank it off of him to reveal this
another jumpsuit,
gold and silver. Yeah, this gold and silver number that he's got on that, like, oh, it's so great.
They rip a jumpsuit off to show a tighter jumpsuit.
My favorite detail about this scene is that everybody's booing him because of the atrocities he committed. You know, he killed hundreds of people with that military helicopter. They're booing him, and they rip off the jumpsuit, and everybody's like, yeah! Now that's what I'm talking about!
Now that's a body!
Separate the man from the fashion.
I'll be damned. Totally, like, that's the power of wardrobe. Pay your wardrobe, people. Do it well the first time they see you. But
yeah, and so they show that there are 3 winners who are now on a tropical island enjoying it, and that's important to remember for later. But we see that Amber has, now that she knows that they're lying about him not killing people, now she's broken into the records room, and she's pulling the footage from the Bakersfield incident that Arnold was involved in, and she's realizing that there's the TV version and then there's unedited version, but then she gets caught. And so then we cut back to this whole scene of him getting loaded into the thing, and the top comes down, and fucking Dawson's just laying into him, and then he goes up and Arnold says, "I'll be back," and Dawson just turns and says, "Only in a rerun."
Ooh, cold TV executive.
It's like Thomas was saying. Like he's absolutely unfazed by him. Like, you got a line, motherfucker, I got a line too. Like, this is my town. Like, he plays the villain so well. And then to that point, he turns to show that both Laughlin and Weiss are in the game as well. So he completely lied and blackmailed Arnold, but was going to put all 3 of them in anyway.
Yeah, come to find out he's a son of a bitch. But
you sick fuck. You sick fuck. I like the labels on these tapes. It's like, one says clandestine things or whatever. Like it's like a label like secret shit we did that don't tell anybody.
Yeah, it's I guess that's part of why I was at odds with it in my first watch. I couldn't figure out if they were serious or if I was. But yeah, it's kind of a little bit of both. But
it's very tongue-in-cheek.
So I kind of like these scenes, these send away scenes. They lock the participant in the little cage buggy and send them down a fucking chute.
A crazy luge, like a crazy unnecessarily long luge that ends with just like the kind of orange mesh they put like for skiers and like little rockets on the like it's crazy.
It's like you just ended at the Discovery Zone right at the end.
Yeah, it needed to go into a ball pit. That would have been the greatest.
But the set design of some of these things, like all of this had to be built. You know, all these like game show ass looking backgrounds and everything. Like so much work goes into these movies that like I just watch and I'm just like, and I feel like an asshole sometimes because there's some of these shots that are just impressive outright.
Yeah, for sure. Like this, this
is
looks
basically
like it would be fun.
2001: A Space Odyssey. Basically the same thing so far.
They had to build these tubes.
Yeah, it's a lot of tubes.
Yeah, Elon Musk. Take notes.
Where am I at? So yeah, the luge looks like it would be a lot of fun. But yeah, now she finds and she realizes that there's an edited version on these like hollow discs or whatever.
They had the most diligent like media records secretary of all time, who like clearly labeled all of their footage
very
and information.
Organized. Yeah, they all look like the Atari games. So we go back, and this is a thing, that trope that we go to where now they ask somebody in the audience who is going to be the stalker. So this is Charlie's mom from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah, big credit to my girlfriend Michelle, who nailed that at the moment. I usually dismiss her because she's got the face blindness, and she said, "That's Charlie's mom," and I was like, "You're wrong, stupid, hate it."
My wife was like, she's right. My wife was like, "That's why she's like that, because she was watching this." She
had such a promising career ahead of her until she did The Running Man, 1997.
But yeah, she picks. They get to pick who they want to be the stalker, and so then we see there's lots of like betting, people going and betting on who's going to be like the first stalker, who's going to get the first kill, like shit like that. So it's like, in addition to this being a game, it's like a whole underground thing for like not just the rich people that like Ryan was talking about, but the the underclass people are also like having fun with it. So she picks Sub-Zero, and can I tell you just a little bit about Sub-Zero?
Please do.
Played by a man known as Professor Toru Tanaka.
Is that Odd Job?
No.
Okay. I'm racist. I'm a racist.
What he is he was a professional wrestler, and he was in a tag team with a guy named Harry Fujiwara, who was better known as Mr. Fuji.
Oh.
Who he went to high school with in Hawaii, and he is a 3-time WWE Tag Team Champion.
Holy crap.
And that record was not beaten until 1999, when the New Age Outlaws won their tag titles for the 4th time. That their record was, they shared the record for a long time, but it wasn't beaten until 99. So this guy has quite a pedigree in wrestling as well. Multiple-time world champion. That's awesome.
You also
Fantastic.
remember him.
I did not know that.
He was also in Last Action Hero and Three Ninjas.
Yes.
Three Ninjas!
Yes.
Last Action Hero.
Mm-hmm.
So you mean to tell me we didn't even have to watch High Noon at Mega Mountain? We could have watched just regular Three Ninjas a long time ago. Fuck.
But in this movie, he, for some reason, uses a bladed hockey stick.
It's so cool.
He chops through the gong with, which is just ridiculous on so many levels.
Yeah. I'm not sure I understand the levels. Like, first you pop into like, it looks like a scene from Batman Returns. It's just like you go into vaguely dark alleyways. No, it's like the Nether Realm in the 95 Mortal Kombat.
Did they say
movie.
It was like 400 square miles or something? That they said like the size of it, but I can't remember how big it was. But it was despite how big it was, they immediately wander onto a hockey rink, like an ice rink.
The disconnect for me in this movie is they didn't give us a lot of like bridging scenes or transition scenes of them walking through doorways or finding places or anything. Suddenly, like they'll be in an alleyway running, and now they're inside on an ice rink. How did they get? I don't see like it's all very harsh and sudden.
I think it's to be
they're in the
kind of inferred that they're being herded by like those motorcycle guys. A little bit.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like the motorcycle guys kind of force them around into certain places.
They kind of sheepdogged them in. Okay, I'll give you that.
We do see like Jesse, Captain Freedom is a commentator backstage, and they go backstage and they're trying to ask him a little bit, and like he talks a little bit, but then he's like, I remember once. And they Richard Dawson cuts him off to go back, and he gets such a screw face, and I was like, oh, that's so funny. Like, it's such a kind of like wrestling thing. Like I kept trying to make this wrestling, but it was doing it for me.
Yeah, and throughout the movie, or throughout this first part at least, Jesse Ventura's got the best like ski lodge douchebag turtleneck on. That it just turns it all up to 10. Oh no, they caught the mousetrap. Mousetrap. When Sub-Zero slides the nerd into a net. Well, I thought he was dead. I thought that means he's dead.
Yeah, because they start giving out gifts to Charlie's mom, which includes the home version of the Running Man game, which I was thinking is how would that work?
Yeah, how do you just pick a kid?
But what I like is that this establishes a fun little kind of sequence where they stumble onto Sub-Zero's kind of hockey rink that's set up with like a lot of different obstacles and shit. And so he's kind of skating around, attacking, swinging at them with this sharpened blade. I think he knocks like a puck at them that blows up.
Mm-hmm. Whoa!
Which, but yeah, this is one of my favorite sequences of like just I think it's like a super cool set piece.
Yeah, I like the design of the hockey stick sword. I think they should make it on Forged in Fire.
For sure.
Pretty dope.
All right, I'm with that. Arnold snags some of the barbed wire and he strings it across while and Sub-Zero skates right into it and for some reason twirls around. And it gets around his neck, and Arnold just pulls until it snaps.
I thought we were going to see that head just pop right off.
Oh, yeah, I thought we were going to see that head roll across the ice.
I feel like it should have, but it's awfully thick.
Real disappointed we didn't, honestly.
But the crowd just goes completely silent.
Yep.
And we find out that we don't know beforehand that this is the first time a stalker has ever died in the history of this show.
Full on Undertaker loses at WrestleMania quiet.
Yeah, oh yeah. Pin drop quiet. Yeah, and Dawson puts on his Owen voice.
I was gonna That's exactly what I thought. It was like it was like the softest announcer voice he could muster.
Yeah.
This is where he might have got the Oscar nod, right here.
Oh, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we think deeply about Sub-Zero and his family.
What happened tonight is not part of entertainment.
They have a few moments where we remember these guys, and I kind of teared up towards the end of the movie.
They humanize Sub-Zero immediately. They
had the girls make they did a ceremonial dance for all of them at the end.
Girls, give us a slow turn.
Yeah.
What doesn't humanize him is the ridiculous glib witticisms that Arnold fires off after he kills people. It says, "Here is Sub-Zero now, Plain Zero."
Brilliant. At 12 years old, I thought that was the height of comedy. Now at 35,
it's just like it does not get better than this. I'm gonna write this down and wait till I see this happen to somebody. And I'm gonna be in there.
Oh, you crazy for this one, Ben Richards? You crazy? Oh man, but yeah, then we cut to Dawson in his office, and he doesn't even actually care. Turns out,
no, hell no.
He's not even sincere about it. He's not even sad. That son of a bitch.
Plus, he gets those rating numbers, so he's in love with Ben Richards.
That's
right
true.
now.
The first death of a stalker on TV, that'll put the butts in seats. So now we're moving on to the next contestant, I guess it is.
Yep.
For each
This
round, we
is-
have a contestant.
This is Leon. And Leon can't decide, and he can't decide between Buzzsaw and Dynamo. And so Damon says, we don't have to decide. We're going to send them both out. So, also then we see here that Amber got caught pulling the tape, and she's getting put into the Running Man suit.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
But she's a woman.
You know, I thought it was real weird that they just had
woman.
the raw, uncut footage of a big major event like that, just chilling.
It was behind a door with blinds.
Yeah, Buzzsaw
So
looks
that's-
like Bam Bam Bigelow and Scott Steiner did the fusion from Dragon Ball Z. And
Mindy said he looked like Super Saiyan Dexter Loomis.
Super Saiyan Force.
Yeah, like
Mindy-
It's
Mindy-
like he definitely his tail grew back and then disappeared again.
Mindy's got the line of the episode. Tell her that. Let her know.
What I think is funny is that when they put Amber in, she immediately finds them.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, over 400 square miles, she finds them.
She literally stumbles onto them somehow faster than the two guys who are on vehicles and are tracking them, knowing where they are. She gets to them faster. Like I appreciate
you see
that.
Fireball for a second.
Yeah, Fireball and his burnt toast hair.
NFL Hall of
Jim
Famer
Brown saying
Fireball
win
to
one
you.
for the 0.
What'd you say, Thomas?
That was Jim Brown as Fireball saying win one for the 0.
That's right. I was gonna say
That's
NFL
right.
Hall of Famer Fireball.
That's right. Win one for the hero. I think Buzzsaw's method of swinging a chainsaw at somebody on a motorcycle is very inefficient.
Yeah, it's pretty flawed.
Yeah, I immediately picked up on these boss patterns like I was playing Elden Ring again. Like I was like, oh, I could exploit this shit in a heartbeat. These guys are nothing.
What is it?
But if we go back-
And that's what happened.
Is that Dynamo?
Yeah.
If we go back to the
I will-
darkest timeline where this is WWE in the future, Dynamo is 100% Chris Jericho. Just fat,
Oh my God,
light up
like, for
outfit,
sure, and he's
still
fat.
trying to make the singing thing work.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Their shit just went platinum or whatever. Blah blah blah.
Like, I think it's funny he's in this weird kind of like armored up go-kart where his head's sticking out. He looks like a Happy Meal toy.
Dude, all I hear is Judas playing like muffled from distance, from out of the like in go-kart sound system is
Bouncing poorly off the metal of all of it. Yeah.
The booty shots running away in these unitards are just the funniest things in the world. Like it's just there's so many shots of just butts running away from the camera, like scurrying. You can't look cool in this. Only Arnold Schwarzenegger looks cool in these like skin tight bodysuits.
I don't know, man. My man Yaphet Kotto is looking pretty
Is
dope.
it here where they figure out they can... I have no idea. What the hell were they trying to do the entire time? I just saw them look at a satellite and be like, blah, 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 blah.
They gotta stop that satellite. But
So,
yeah, I guess they're trying
Weiss-
to target
Weiss-
the broadcast, I guess.
Well, Weiss saw the satellite and knew that they were all pointing towards a central location that was the uplink to the network, and if they could get that, then they could upload their video of how like the network's
Okay, so
It's like they
basically they
handed it-
saw a satellite and blah, blah, blah.
They handed it
Yeah,
to somebody's
something like that.
10-year-old kid and said, like, yeah, punch this script up with tech terms and jargon, you know, whatever it is you kids use, Walkmans and VHSs. And he was just like, network, satellite, uplink. And that's basically what it sounded like. Anytime they talked about any of this, it was like, oh, I'm hacking into the mainframe system uplink. Here we go.
679 Nitro.
They were trying to think about the future.
Well, they were wrong. We're still dumb.
In the future, there'll be computers. So
Arnold just gets casually dragged behind a motorcycle for quite a while. It's okay.
yeah, I'm not
On
sure.
an all
It's
gravel
like-
road,
yeah,
too.
They kept one too many shots of him rolling around here, but his solution to the problem was pretty damn ingenious. Got a little bit of slack in the cord, hooked it around a piece of exposed rebar, and that just snatches him right off the motorcycle. That was pretty cool.
His skin would be ate up for as long as he was riding on that. fucking behind that motorcycle.
I mean, there's some solid stunts in this movie, like some of the controlled falls and stuff and the wire work and everything. Like, there's some guys who are very proud of their scenes in this movie. But altogether, it hits a little sideways.
Man, when you pick a runner, you get so many gifts. Like, imagine being a 12-year-old whose grandparents take you to their Running Man show. What a great time you'd have. You get to pick someone
Yeah, and
who
actually
kills a
gets
person
picked to be like,
and to get a board game.
bro, I'm trying to get that home version.
Yeah, they gave like a VHS player away and shit in 1987. When was this movie?
The thing was probably $900 back then.
And 900 pounds.
Well, actually, it was 2007.
Yeah, it came in a wood
so.
cabinet. Yeah.
Seriously, you had to wheel it out on a fucking pallet jack.
So yeah, they found an access panel or some shit in some arbitrary ass tunnel, and so Weiss is gonna hack into it, but he's got the forethought to think, it was like, no, stand by me, remember this code. So basically telegraphing what's about to come here in a few minutes, while Arnold fucking arm wrestles Buzzsaw.
Yeah, he's fighting with the chainsaw dude, and that's pretty cool. And then, like, they get into kind of a scuffle, and then he manages to, like, work the chainsaw down underneath and just chainsaws up through the guy's crotch.
Not the first time he aims for not the last time he aims for a crotch in this movie, I'll say.
Not the first, not the last. Like, that's a pretty gangster fucking way to get somebody.
Yeah, like, he cuts his balls for sure.
The guy that played Dynamo died before this movie even came out.
No shit.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
He died of,
Dynamo.
like, heart failure or something. Yeah, like, that's crazy. Like, I was looking at when he died, and I was like, damn, that's before the fucking movie even came out. Like, Jesus.
Oh, Erlen Van... Oh, shit. Good lord, buddy. Erlen Philip Peter Van Lint.
Whoa,
Jude.
goodness
Buddy,
gracious.
come on. Oh, he's from the Netherlands. Okay.
Oh.
That's probably why. He collapsed under the weight of too many names.
Gosh, dang it.
Uh-oh.
Oh, poor guy. Heart failure
we're-
on September 23rd, 1987. Age 34.
For as tough of a time as Arnold has with Buzzsaw, they just, like, Dynamo's chasing him in his goofy-ass car, and Arnold just runs up a hill, and Dynamo just flies up the hill after him at full speed and just wrecks the shit out of his car. What
was the guy with glasses' name?
Weiss.
I didn't think he was dead until he hit the girl with like a red shock that I was like, oh, that means the blue shock is deadly and he's dead.
That's great. That's a great detail. I noticed that as well. Like, so Weiss, with a foresight of knowing that he's just plot fodder and he's about to die. He calls the girl over and says, remember this code, I'm about to die probably. And he gets hit by a long blue stream of electricity, crumbles to the floor. I thought he's just stunned because that's video game logic. You get shot with electricity for a second. If it's a long time, you die. If it's for a second, you're just stunned. He crumples. Dynamo catches the girl later on and hits her with the orange sparks, and then it was the same realization. It was like, oh shit, orange sparks are sedation, blue is death. So, yeah, and it's confirmed just a couple minutes later. Like, it's like, where's Weiss? Dead.
Oh. Just a minute, dead. Did you check a pulse? No. Blue.
Yeah, there it is. Great effects on these. If they were hand painting this, I don't know how they were doing special effects back then, but I thought it looked great.
Yeah, definitely. Like his outfit looks like he's like a human light bright, and that, like, for some reason that shouldn't work, but it totally does.
It kind of does. I like the Bebop Rocksteady ass cartoonish villain
like
outfit,
neon mohawk thing that he's got going on. Yeah, it's great.
I like it.
Yeah, it's great.
Nice butt on Arnold. Look at him go. But
so yeah, like everybody's like he flips his thing and everybody's cheering and they want Arnold to kill him, but Arnold isn't going to kill him. And the crowd boos that shit, which is pretty funny.
Yeah, so they just want blood. They just want blood no matter how they get it.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Like, if a stalker has never died, then, like, I don't know what these people want to happen. Like, would you have wanted Sub-Zero to kill him, and then the show would have been, like, 5 minutes long, and then you guys just all had to go home? Like,
yeah, man, you give a mouse a cookie. You give them one death, and they're not satisfied. They want two. And they want to see it. They want to smell the blood. They're animals.
And then Amber says, "What happened to Buzzsaw?" And Ben says, "He had to split."
Right there, his Austin 316 moment.
It's too good, man. Like, I just imagine that he like, and he does it, and then he just like smiles at himself, and, like pulls a little book out, and like, had to split. It's a good one. Like, you just murdered someone. You absolute psychopath. Like, you should at least, like, just because he was trying to kill you, you should at least be like upset about that. Like,
and it was at this point I started wondering.
Very cavalier attitude towards murder.
Is at this point I started wondering about everybody else. Like, it's like, where's Weiss and the other guy? And yeah, then Weiss is dead. And what's the actor's name? It's so cool.
Laughlin. Yaphet Kotto.
Yaphet Kotto.
Such a cool name.
Yeah, he took a glancing blow off a chainsaw, which is a problem.
He took a shot. He took a shot in the spot where people get hurt in movies and hide it, and then have to be like pull their hand away, and there's a lot of blood, and then they're just like, "Oh, it's worse than I thought.
I'm dying."
Yeah.
No, yeah, it has to be easily covered by a jacket. It's about the appendix area, area of the side.
And then they pull it open and it's just matted with blood, and they're like, "Oh."
And somebody's like, "Oh no, you're hurt.
The road ends here for me."
No, either they accept it and that tells you that they're gonna die, or they're just like, "No, I'll be fine. You go right ahead. I'll be right behind you." And then they never make it out.
I would just be like, "This is your fault. You have to carry me."
I was really hoping when Arnold closed his eye, I was really hoping he'd open his eyes and be like, "I'm not dead yet."
What are you doing? Like, "Oh, I thought you were dead." Like, "No, man, I'm just tired."
No, it's like a 3-inch cut on my side. I'll be fine, Arnold. Help me.
So this is a scene now. The TV that's near them lights up, and it's Damon speaking directly to Ben, and he's offering him a position as a stalker. Like, this is, obviously he sees so much potential in this guy. Like, he's giving him everything on a silver platter. It was like a 2-year contract or something like that. And Arnold walks up and he grabs the camera thing and he rips it off, and he yells what's my favorite line in the whole movie, that he says, "You cold-blooded bastard, I'll tell you what I think of it. I'll live to see you eat that contract. But I hope you leave enough room for my fist, because I'm going to ram it in your stomach and break your goddamn spine."
I love that. I love how you got all that. And again,
you captured the Hulk Hogan like quality of that little promo that he just kept every time he thought it was over, it wasn't.
It's so good.
And again, Richard Dawson, that's his name, right? Was it Richard Dawson?
Yes.
He grade A acting, sells it, and immediately has to talk to a higher up.
Yes. Yeah, he kind of like shuffles the phone and is showing the super
every time he shows up on screen, Ryan shows him kissing people.
My man was kissing on the lips.
I know,
that's
like shit that could never happen.
And
again.
I'll be like, let's be honest, this is a black family. How are you gonna? That's brave.
And he gets the whole family too, like all 3 of them in a row.
Do that?
And see, the thing about it is, it gets established that that's what he does. So then the people now, even if they don't want to do it, now they start feeling uncomfortable. You gotta kiss him, because that's what he does. He kisses people, so you gotta kiss him.
That's fucking me too. I don't like it. I don't like it.
So now we've dropped 3 stalkers at this point. So they've called Fireball.
Stalkers.
And
NFL Hall of Famer Fireball.
Fireball has suited up, and he takes off in he's got little jetpacks on his boots, and they are the slowest jetpacks. I feel like he's moving about a half a mile an hour on those.
What do you guys think the body just took? He just took it. We just watched a scene of Jesse taking a pill.
And looking at a picture of himself with a champion belt.
He's just reading the rule books. That's what Jesse the Body Ventura does in his downtime. He reads the rule books.
I imagine it was just a tile. He just has a little headache from thinking about how he has to go fight the guy.
We got a dope-ass jetpack action.
He's got a picture of me as a child.
Oh, man, look at it. Richard Dawson's got his arm around an old lady, the final contestant.
This is a great
night. He's about to lay a good one on
scene.
I'm surprised he didn't kiss her on the lips.
That's what I'm saying. I'm surprised he didn't just put the hand on the back of the head and make it and take all questions away from her. It's gonna happen.
he's asking her who's going to make the next kill, and she says that the person that's going to make the next kill is Ben Richards. And then he's like, no, you have to pick a stalker. And she's like, I can pick whoever I want to. She's like, I want to pick Ben Richards. She's like, he's a bad motherfucker. He's a mean motherfucker. He's a bad
mamma jamma.
He's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. I'm just talking about Ben Richards.
But I like the idea of people being like, oh my god,
just talking about Ben Richards.
Look, we're just trying to hang out and watch some people get murdered here. You know, let's keep the swearing to a minimum.
Well, that's how it is. You know, you got people clutching pearls over the silliest things. You show a nipple, and it's a problem. But if you show somebody getting decapitated,
you do.
We didn't talk about how angry the people got.
I don't show any nipples. I ask.
Not anymore. Not after we've had to ask you repeatedly.
After we lost the MeUndies subscription.
Yeah, exactly.
Just waiting for that.
Did we even mention how
restraint
angry the people got whenever he didn't kill a Dynamo?
Yeah,
okay,
I said it.
Sorry.
I think it's funny that even though Fireball's jetpack goes so slow, he gets up to them in an instant. But all he's got is a flamethrower. So if you just get like 20 feet away and throw rocks at him, like,
that's an NFL running back. He tried to outrun that motherfucker.
They're doing it.
That's very true. Slow. He is wearing like a fucking 40-pound.
That's why he keeps blowing that flamethrower. He's got to deplete that fuel so it's not so heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. It seems like a bad combination to have like jet boots and a flamethrower.
Yeah. That's true. That's very
it's
true.
Probably he can only do vertical takeoffs and landings. So if he's trying to carry forward momentum, he knows he's just going to tomahawk as soon as he puts.
This is the scene I was talking about. Like, they're just trying to escape, but he's constantly like, go here, go there. Like, he's just grabbing her and dragging her around and shit. Like, she's just running from a guy trying to kill you.
He's trying to stop her from not getting burned by fire.
Well, right then, but the rest of it, he was like dragging her by her neck.
Yeah, look at how slow he's running. This motherfucker's run is so slow.
He's just jobber jogging right here. Like,
I will say, he was a running back in the 60s and early 70s, so it is about 20 years from then.
But
yeah, and this is 2007.
Yeah, so he's about 80.
Donkey Kong tactics right here.
Yeah, I was a little mad if this was going to beat him. I was like, are you serious? Is this really going to defeat this guy?
I feel like if he just fell down, he wouldn't be able to get back up.
Real fat.
But no, it doesn't. Yeah. And Amber runs off, and they get separated here. And so there's a big explosion, because if you kick a bucket of something over, it's definitely flammable. No question.
Oh yeah, did you see it? You saw the color of it. It was vaguely yellow, kind of.
He just walks through it, which again seems like a bad idea. But Arnold grabs a flare. Now he's looking for Amber. And while she's exploring, Amber finds the decaying corpses.
Well, she finds
of our three previous
in Freddy
winners.
Krueger's boiler room. She finds a bunch of corpses.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, she's in the nightmare realm. And like, considering how dangerous it could be if that information got out, why they chose to just take these guys' bodies and just prop them up somewhere, like it's a pretty odd.
Is it not like common knowledge that
just
people
Halloween
die?
decorations?
No, these guys are the guys they said won. The three winners that they showed on the tropical island. These are the corpses of those guys, because they didn't go to Tropic Island. They got moited.
But wait a minute. But we saw them there on the
Tropic
beach.
Island is death. Okay.
Lies, I tell you.
But they had pretty ladies with them.
Deep fake. They predicted deep
Slammed
fakes.
her. Here's a hot scoop.
With Russian hooas. And she just peels off one of his teeth or something? Like, what the fuck did you
dog
just do?
tag.
I thought she just, like, picked at his nose and it came off. Oh, shit, I'll put that back.
She memorized their dental records.
Yeah, she pulls out a tooth and she's like, "Hold on, let me scan this real quick."
That's Jonathan.
It is the future.
She's oddly calm discovering these bodies. She's seen some shit today. But Fireball appears in the door.
Yeah, Fireball corners her, and then she's still reeling from this, and she says, "Look, these are last year's winners." And then he says, "No, last year's losers.
Oh, you got that shit
because they're
perfectly,
dead.
bruh.
Oh man.
He said it when you were saying it.
I did the thing, man. But as he's about to kill her, then Arnold reaches down and pulls the gas line loose from him and like swings down and hits him with a mistletoe drop kick. And drops a flare right into his balls.
Aiming for the
Is that
balls
a real thing,
again.
or did you just like off the cuff that because it's from a doorway like mistletoe would be? I love that.
No, not mistletoe.
That is a huge explosion, and
using your toes.
They
as a
definitely
missile.
would have lost some eyebrows standing as close as they were.
So you know Arnold saw that shot of Jim
God.
Brown walking through the fire and thought that was cool as
One-liner.
hell. So that's why he does it in T2 a couple of years later.
Yeah, he knows a good shot when he sees it. And here we get dreamy Ventura here realizing that he's up to bat. Like, and God Almighty, the chin dimple on Jesse Ventura.
Jeez.
You could lose a fingertip.
How do you
in
even?
there.
It's not. I
How do you
thought like
shave that?
his eyes looked like to me. It looked like he'd been wearing like goggles or something. He's got like weird like line. I don't know if it's like like under his eyes are like weird indentions.
Dude, I'm gonna go. That's maybe when I cut my hair. That's when I'm gonna go Ventura.
You're gonna get that hairstyle? Yeah.
That
Do
might
it.
not look bad. And get that mustache a little thicker. It'd be pretty nice.
Yeah, get that mustache.
I'm gonna have to. Yeah, we're gonna have to fertilize it just a little bit. We'll do a little.
You
we'll-
gotta
we'll
kick
fill
him
it.
with the. You gotta kick him with the flat of your foot.
You gotta use the flat of your foot.
There
you
we
can't
go.
use the toe.
There it is.
Can't use the toe or the
Wow,
heel.
they're really showing the burning body of Fireball on TV.
This is
But,
great. This is a peek behind the curtains of a wrestling gorilla
Yeah,
position right
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Jesse storms in what I was saying looks like his Awesemo
Yeah.
costume, like this big bulky robot costume that they want him to wear, and like he's just like, man, no, let me just go out there and fight him.
I can't imagine that plastic looking has a lot of damage resistance.
That was stainless steel. It's the same stainless steel that ringside steps are made out
It's
of.
like
Weighs over 200 pounds.
1% to defense.
And you know, after they showed that shot of Fireball burning to death, they just cut right to like a barbecue sauce commercial.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Call
that
now
would
for
be right here.
Domino's. Now we get a little bit of an explainer. How they're able to do these weird deep fakes and trick the populace the way that they do. And it's really all it takes is a quick screenshot. They're able to scan your entire body and make a composite that updates in real time and is indistinguishable from the real thing.
Wow.
And so now, you know, who even needs your actual gladiators or stalkers or whoever, we could make our own with stand-ins and tell our own story.
Wow.
In that same time, as they've escaped from Fireball, they run back into the rebels in a nice little warm lit, accent lighted little hideaway.
The rebels have a base inside the Running Man arena, which seems a little like an odd place to put it, but whatever.
It seems real convenient. I'll say that.
You keep
It
your
is the
friends
same
close
swerve
and your
twice.
enemies closer.
Because like the uplink is in the Running Man arena, and that's why they couldn't find it because no one looks there. But the Resistance base is also in the arena because nobody looks there.
Well,
And
There you go. Yeah, it's the last place people would check for it.
okay. Here we go.
So here we go in the last thing. It looks like the BattleBots arena that they're emptied into.
I did.
This
I'll say I did not see them showing them how they do the creation thing. So when he fucking snapped her neck, I was like, "Holy fucking shit, she's dead."
Yeah, it was kind of a shocking moment. You know, it goes straight from the hideout to the arena, and Jesse Ventura.
I was leaning out of a bathroom looking at this movie.
No,
He was watching it in the mirror.
I was
from the
furiously
toilet.
taking
Like, he was
notes. I was probably still taking notes about his suit earlier.
So what they were able to do with that little software
Sketching
is they've mapped the likeness of Arnold and Amber onto some randos, and
and Jesse
Ventura is just fucking people up right now.
No, it's not Jesse either.
not
Everybody in
Jesse?
here is computer. Everybody in this scene is computer generated.
Oh, because he left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, he took
So
his
so
ball
it's funny because this is in an
you were
almost
watched
like
it from a
wrestling
bathroom.
shoot.
Yeah, me and
Shoot
Skylar were in the
move.
same bathroom.
in a very wrestling shoot style move, the final climax fight of the movie is actually two extras.
Yeah, it's fake.
It's not Arnold and it's not Jesse. Like,
it's actually the most wrestling movie that we've ever watched.
But Arnold gets impaled onto some spikes, and it's funny because when they show backstage as they're showing like the kind of composite come off, and you can see that it's another guy. Then the girl in the background is like, "Did you have to kill him?"
After they were so mad about them not killing Dynamo.
In the original cut of the movie for screen test audiences, they did it backwards, where they showed that scene and then they showed how they faked it afterwards. And like the late 1980s audience was really confused and angry.
Oh yeah, I could imagine like if they showed that happen and then they like showed this shit, like you would be like, oh my god, like it's such a swerve. Like I think
would have been so much cooler.
I think that would be better, yeah.
Yes.
That you think like, oh shit, they are both dead.
Yeah, like how I did originally.
It's a cheap trick in a way, but it's so short. You know, there's not a lot of build up for it. They could just do it really quick, and then it's like a quick payoff. Like you don't waste half the movie thinking he's dead. It's just like, oh, he died. Oh no, he didn't. Okay, like I can live with that.
Look at all these. It's got to be hot down in that room with all these computers. I'll say that.
Yeah, Mick Fleetwood here is, how did they get in and out of there? Because like, it's whatever.
Slides.
the three seashells.
So now they've got guns, and now we're in Arnold territory.
He's got a cigar and a gun. That's what I'm talking about.
Got a cigar. He's in his element. I like Amber, who earlier today was going to work normally as the person who writes the theme songs for this show, and is now like got a gun, excited to like work with the rebellion and like just killing people and shit.
Probably never shot a gun in her entire life.
Yeah, she's so comfortable holding that gun there. Like she's just like, let's go shoot people.
And I don't know if you guys are into guns at all, but this gun that she carries throughout her little Princess Leia face,
yes, that's exactly what I thought too.
Is silly. It is what you would put together on Black Ops 2. You got yourself an Uzi with some kind of weird compensator.
Sure, that's like my favorite gun in Black Ops 2.
I thought it was like an MP5 or something. It had like a little like.
I don't think so. Once we get a better look at it, we'll be able to look. But it's got a pointless, I think, an optic on the top, and throughout this entire movie, and we'll see it here in a minute. No one shoulders a rifle and aims down the sights at all. It's like,
no, it's all like when she does, it's mad hip fire. Yeah, she straight hip fires.
It's stormtrooper style, like from the chest. Yeah.
Plus, like the Resistance has like no political power, but man, do they have a surplus of form-fitting vests and berets.
They're like what we found was a big crate of weapons and a big crate of berets, and we are making it work.
Or they cut. It was like we've got Nikolai. Nikolai's over on the sewing machine. He is a talented tailor, and just tell him what you want. He'll whip you up anything. We need to coordinate on this one. We need to be matching.
My headcanon is that this is like Mick Fleetwood from Fleetwood Mac in this universe, and like, you know, he had to become the leader of the Resistance and shit. Like he had to go underground. Like it keeps it rooted in the universe.
He's just in one scene. It goes to him, and he's like, "Thunder only happens in rain."
Yeah. Just
when he takes them down,
and the guy's like,
in his head, he's thinking, "This is what happens when you break the chain."
Yeah, exactly.
He's dropping little Fleetwood Mac lines
break the chain.
like Michael Keaton and the other guys with TLC.
I've never even heard of it.
Just peppering them in.
Never break the chain.
I don't know what that is.
Don't go chase some waterfalls. Sorry.
So they're busting up into the ICS building now. I would think that the ICS would have a lot more security than this group of Resistance members has. Yeah.
You got there. Yeah, they're all distracted. It's the end of the Running Man tournament. Everybody's about to get drunk.
They really, they got in there fast.
But yeah, so the entire goal of the movie was to hack into the satellite, attack the broadcast. That's the government's power. So they were going to expose the truth through this broadcast. And they finally get there. They've got the upload code that somehow Amber remembered. I forgot it. I tried to remember the code when the guy told me. I lost it within minutes, and she's been through a lot more shit than I have been. So I don't know how she remembered it. But they have this weird, quirky 90s film school cut of all the truth that needs to be told. And, like, it's kind of... Somebody took their time and put a little pizzazz into it, and it's kind of funny that they edited it creatively.
Well, and the video that they upload of showing all this shit also includes the footage of Amber seeing the corpses that she just saw.
They got a guy it's like we've seen wrestling shows after WrestleMania. They have like a 5-minute thing of the entire show going on, even the main event. So.
Yeah, they're working those promos out.
They've got people who can cut shit together real fast down there in that really hot basement.
It's like The Office. They're not supposed to acknowledge the cameras, but they're always there.
They're just whipping like some WWE intern.
It is funny that there was camera cuts on the damn fucking footage.
It's very very expertly put together.
Oh.
So now they storm the stage.
They're finally in the studio without warning, without shouting any sort of instruction. Guards just start opening fire.
Yeah,
people are scattering.
Yeah, the guards shoot first.
We're just shooting. We're just shooting over people's heads right now.
Arnold's like, get the people out of here. He's a good guy.
And look at that! Yeah, look at that gun. Good Lord.
You see people escaping, but then when they show a shot of the stage or like the crowd when people are gone, you could just see blood and shit. So like clearly the crowd was getting shot.
Oh yeah, those guards are stormtroopers. They ain't hitting shit besides crowds.
Yeah, that is an Uzi with a suppressor, extended magazine, and
definitely
some sort of airsoft scope. It's like
that's
one of those old timey on the.
That's a collider.
I'm pretty sure that's that Nintendo gun you do for Duck Hunter with like part of a telescope on the top of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's for like shooting and then like gazing at the moon.
But it looks neat, I guess.
And then she just that's like she had her eyes closed.
That thing would have climbed the wall like Spider-Man.
Oh, I hate this scene.
So this is when Dynamo goes from like possible anti-hero to just flat out like villain of the film.
He just goes for he's like one scene he's just one of you guys explain it.
Dynamo blindsides Amber with her after she burst the Uzi at the guard that was shooting at her, knocks her to the floor.
Yeah.
They exchange some witty banter. Amber tries to get away, but Dynamo grabs her by the foot. We cut away. It doesn't matter what the fuck. People are dying. Blah, blah, blah. Dynamo is just standing over this woman and just basically, like, Amber insults him, saying, it's like, hey, you got no dick. And she said, well, I'm going to show you I got no dick. And wide shot, he's in tighty whities.
Yeah.
He's like got his hands around his ankles. And, like, suddenly you realize that he's trying to rape this lady. And it's just 100%. The most unnecessary. He could have been trying to beat her up. He could have just been trying to capture her. Like, he was just straight up forcing his electric dick onto her. And thank God.
Completely unacceptable.
Thank God he's killed.
Yeah, her burst of fire hits the sprinkler system, which electrocutes his light bright vest and kills him. Shot. But very unnecessary.
It's in the middle of an extremely busy sequence. Yeah, right there, lady just gets shot in the back. No, insane. Within just a couple seconds, this lady, the character you've learned over the course of this movie, almost got raped. Lady gets shot in the back. Explosions. People are holding German assault rifles. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Everything's breaking down. It's like the end of
the 80s,
97
baby.
Nitro. Like, they just throw everything.
Right. NWO members are just kicking people's
We are
ass.
almost out of time. It's Sting.
Yeah, cut to black when Sting is rappelling down into the ring.
So, then Arnold kind of corners Damon, but we still all the crowds outside watching it all play out. And Damon tries to reason with him, tells him it's all about ratings, whatever, blah, but this was never going to work. Arnold had already told him how this was going to go. And Arnold So then, this is the late face turn. Like, the guard comes out and then remembers that Damon insulted him and just leaves. So I've got to go get some steroids. I feel like Arnie got him a line so he could get, like, his SAG card or whatever. Like, bro, you said something. That's the lunge bump.
Yeah, Sven, I don't know. I guess this guy was just built up to be a badass. We never see him do anything. He's kind of got Boba Fetted. You know, we're told he's a badass. He never proves it. He never has to prove it. So, Sven just comes in, decides he doesn't want any piece of Arnold, and turns away. What'd you say? He said I'm going to go get some steroids.
earlier when Richard was trying to get him to leave, he said, like, don't you have to go get some steroids or something? And so, like, now he's just like, oh, I got to go get some steroids.
Clever. Sven is a rapier wit on that, Sven. But this is the ultimate good guy comeuppance for the bad guy. You put the bad guy through the things that he put other people through. It's the ultimate clean death or clean way to. It's like that's how fucking Simba killed Scar in Lion King. Threw him to the hyenas. Let his own devices take care of him.
Again, obviously inspired by this.
This inspired by Running Man. You're right.
Yeah. Arnold jams him into one of the pods and fires him out. And I can't remember what he says to him.
Why?
Oh, that's what. Here we go. Let's get a little audio for that.
I can't hear a damn thing he said.
Yeah, no. It's
but why does his pod? Is it because Arnold pushed it? Is that why his pod goes a billion times fast? He turned a knob thing. Yeah, I see.
Well, what I think is because they had taken down like the stuff they put up like the nets to catch the ones because they knew they were coming out for Arnold, but they had taken all that stuff down because like the show was over. Sure. So when he comes out, he absolutely fucking launches,
so great.
And he goes directly through a picture of himself on a billboard and just inexplicably explodes for some reason. Like I'm not really sure why he explodes, and then the crowd goes fucking ape shit. Like the pop of the crowd is so great for like seeing this guy explode. Like they should like him. They were just
worshiping him.
They're like 5 minutes
Well, they
ago.
showed that video of them editing all that shit and all that stuff. So.
They're like, woohoo, he's dead, fuck yeah. I bet on that shit.
I bet on that.
This is the kind of 80s, like, wrap it all up pretty quickly.
It's pretty much a waste
Everybody's
of the next...
cheering. So then Amber shows up, and Arnold is just like, yeah, what's up, bitch?
Yeah, soft pink lighting. Everybody's okay. Like, we're in clean clothes now. It's like, it's a fun ending. Everybody's fine.
And he goes up and he gets her and they kiss and then the crowd cheers again.
That's adorable.
Like, what do they care about this?
And then we get a sweet guitar solo and shit, or 80s song.
A nice power ballad
it was
ending.
great. But yeah, I feel like there could have at least... biggest detail right there, still in control. Arnold Schwarzenegger got the claw hand on the back of the neck, guiding her down the hallway.
No reason for that. No reason.
Relinquishes control.
No.
But, I mean, and that's it. I don't know the future. Or wait, do we get more? That's right. No, that's it.
No, that's it. You get Roger Bumpass right there, who's played Phil Hilton.
That's it. So we don't know the future
nice
of
Restless
Frog
Heart
Town.
by John Parr to sing us out.
What's that?
Get Restless Heart by John Parr to sing her off.
Yeah. I was trying to think of the name. The lyrics of the song are, it is like you had a kid write it.
I think he also did Karate Kid songs too.
Oh, man, some of those songs were so, like, 80 songs were just so critical. They just had, there was just like the Karate Kid song was another one.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a great banging song to end a music or end a movie for.
For some reason, this song reminded me a little bit of the song at the end of the first Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Beautiful. Well, yeah, that was an odd take on a shoot show movie night. You know, it wasn't extremely weird.
God,
that was a good movie.
It's so much fun. I've been looking forward to this for so long. Like it's one of those things where like, it's fun to talk about things that aren't necessarily bad. We talk about a lot of bad.
Was this all of your guys' first time watching it?
Oh yeah, for
No.
sure.
My first time. Mine.
Thomas.
I didn't think so.
I have the collector's edition DVD.
So we had, like two people had seen it and two people
Yeah,
that
I'd
hadn't.
never
So that's
had.
a pretty good cross section. It's movies like this, fucking Total Recall, RoboCop. Like there's
seen
such
RoboCop and
like
shit
a
like
crop of these kind of movies to me that are like what movies and action movies in the 80s were like. They didn't care if it necessarily made sense. They didn't necessarily have to have like a bunch of exposition. They didn't have to tell you a character's name until 20 minutes into the movie. Who fucking cares? This shit's gonna blow up. Look at how big Arnold is. This chick's got boobs.
See those arms?
Everybody likes it. Like
They're gonna punch things.
Yeah. I hope we get back to that time in like the 80s when they just didn't explain themselves, like Mad Max. Nobody told you shit about what's going on. They need gas.
Exactly.
I was gonna
That's all
say
you
gas
know.
is all I know.
That guy's got a blue healer. That's cool. Let's follow
Gas,
him around.
dogs, guns.
So yeah, this has been a good one, man. Thomas, thank you so much for the great suggestion.
yes,
I never would have
yes.
watched that had you not brought it up.
This is
course.
so meta.
So happy to be here. We got to see two former professional wrestlers, and Jesse Ventura and Professor Tanaka, two former governors, and Jesse Ventura and Arnold Schwarzenegger. All the worlds coming together.
Oh man, yeah. God,
Such a fun looking back. Like, yeah, look at let's put some stats on this now.
let's do a
It
Trump movie next and just see what the president's done.
It's surreal to have you on because usually I'm just talking at you and not to you. You've been like the kind of like Vern to my Ernest on the show where you're just somebody that I refer back to. That it's like, well, I'm gonna assume that person exists. Like,
I'm so
Yeah,
happy.
you have been the one constant.
So happy to finally make it on. I could be here in person. I was mentioned in the very first Shoot Show episode by Skylar. He says, that guy in the chat who talks about 205 Live.
the humble beginnings.
Oh my God. And from there, you became the heart and soul of the Shoot Show, man. Thank you for being with us. We don't even know what episode this is. Like,
yeah, I didn't even
240
think about what
some
number.
bullshit.
I didn't even care. It's been so long. It's
I don't
number
think-
1.
You
You
know,
guys are on that Undertaker
we'll
schedule.
figure it out. Or is it 140? Not 240. I'm skipping way ahead.
240.
Jeez.
240.
This is 142.
But
Yeah, there you
Jesus Christ, what a great guy. He knows better than we do.
He's just got
Oh,
a faster
my
phone.
God.
He knows how to Google better.
That's all that matters.
But yeah, we hope we didn't freak you out too much, talk over you too much. Hopefully we can have you on again. Maybe at the time we can have the professional on and have a 5-piece.
Anytime.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Dude, yeah, absolutely.
Always
We'll
good,
find.
yeah.
I don't know. I think you would be because you had some good insight on this. We're gonna have to figure out the right movie. It might be Suburban Commando.
Yeah.
because we got
That's
it.
just
I-
needs,
I
that
do
one
love
needs
me some
professional
Suburban
too. I felt
Commando.
like that's like an all-timer, so that needs to be like
You like Suburban Commando?
I do. As a kid, I hated Hulk Hogan the wrestler, but I loved Hulk Hogan the actor. And Suburban Commando was choice.
No
Well,
way.
there you go. There you go.
Then lock it in. Then we'll get with Sean's secretary, and we're gonna ink that shit as soon as possible.
We've been leaving messages with the lady that cleans his house. He's getting a sternly worded post-it. I can assure you of that.
Well, yeah, we've gone on for longer than the runtime of the movie now, so I guess we should wrap it up. Unfortunately, but until next time, when we I don't know, maybe the next one will be a movie night. Maybe we'll get back into wrestling. Who the hell knows?
you never know.
Just keep up with us on the social medias. When we do post, it'll be the Shoot Show on all the things. The Shoot Show hotline, though crusty, covered in cobwebs, and I have to renew it every 30 days because it'll go idle and somebody in Massachusetts will take it. It is still there, the Shoot Show hotline. 4132-I-SHOOT. Call and let us know what kind of stalker would you be?
Such
you
a
be,
weird name to
what
call
kind of weapon?
your champions.
Yeah, you're a stalker. Would you be a peeper? Would you be a creeper?
Would you be a dynamo?
chaser?
Which makes sense to be a stalker.
Yeah. Dynamo? Hopefully not.
I'd be the first half Dynamo. First act Dynamo, I'm fine with.
I call Sub-Zero.
I'll call Captain Freedom.
Fireball.
Skylar's obviously Fireball.
That makes sense.
Well, all right, guys. Until next time, take care, and do what Arnold would do: smoke a cigar and laugh about it.
Good talking to you, boys.
Later, guys.
All right, guys. See you next time.